Looks like we're back. Alright, it's time. So yeah, what was it? First game of the week, we got a casual upset win, I would say. I think Pyro's going to be pretty annoyed about that one. I think they had that one in the bag. Let's see if they had anything to say. I don't think so. I can't see anything. Nope. Okay, so we got my first instinct here with the 1-0 is to check some block stats. 4 Ks, 2 Cas. I mean, that's playable unless they were really early in the game. But yeah, Noobster will be very happy with that win. Got a level on a goal. You'd love to see it. Next up, we got a 1-1 here, and it feels like it feels like a draw here for Never Die Twice because they lose their only sure hands. Yeah, dirty flare. Nice. Good to hear. Good to hear. Got the DP in. Doing work. Nice to see you, by the way. Yeah. Do you want to clue in on like how the game went? Because I haven't seen it. We can fire up the dice or not. This is the reward. You turn up for chat, and I spend more time on your game. Right. Let's see some dice. I know. Show me anyway. So according to this, the dice seemed about even. Potentially, or is this live? If I skip like here. No, okay. Pretty rough first half, didn't manage to score, managed to KO 2 elves. And then neither came back. Oh, ho, ho. That's fine. Honestly, a 0-0 with removal sometimes is enough when you've got werewolves on the pitch. I mean, as a Nurgle coach, I can't afford a 0-0 at half time because I'm too slow. Like, I can't, even if I stop, I can't secure a counter score. Like, I have to roll passing and catching dice, you know, to get a counter score. But well played. Yeah, Pyro feels like outplayable a little bit this season. He's got Agi 5 though, is a bit of a problem. But sooner or later his Agi 5 is actually going to work and it's going to be a disaster. But yeah, well played. Let's go see the... Yeah, same against me. He rolled a lot of critical ones, like at the worst possible time. Well, not even at the worst possible time, but he just rolled his more than his fair share of snakes. Yeah, same. Okay, we got the other Necro team not doing as well, taking a draw against... It is against the Undead. 4 Cas for the Mummy. That's an all-star game there, right? Block Mummy, just getting it done. Looks like regen was working, which is always good. We lost a ghoul, but we got a level on Harker Redclaw, which is scary. That's one to look out for if you haven't already played this Necro team. They just got a little bit scarier. Imagine if that's piling on. It's probably going to be tackle, but if it's piling on, super scary. Looks like the blocks seemed about there. I mean, Donica got a lot of breaks, but that is because they do have the one and only Sextus Bone Collector, who honestly is probably one of my favourite players in the division right now, just on name basis. Also, a dirty player DP is always always nice to see. It's a recapper. We did get a level. This might be finally a bit of sure hands on this team. But yeah, feels like a win here for both teams. Like, both teams are happy with this. Yeah, I know. Ever since then, he's been out and about. Maybe he killed this ghoul as well, but it's most likely going to be the Mummy. But yeah, you can't mess with my mad Sextus. Next up, oh, this game. This game was so cold for Octo. He basically, like, I put him into attack, and I'll show you the... Man, I don't know about this defensive positioning because he has so much movement and I'm so slow. I skip to like turn. Oh my god, it's going too fast. I want to stop the lines. So basically, in my defense, on the first half, I basically played for a pocket because he bombed 2 catches down really early, right? And he has this thrower back here that is Agi 5 that they had the ball on. So I was kind of dead. So basically, I just played like a 3 safety formation and let him take this pocket here. And the plan... Oh, you can't see my cursor. Man. But see where this catcher is here? I was basically like, I want them to put the ball into here. This little... in between like my Nurgle beast and this guy. I want the ball to come into here or here. You know where this wrestler guy is. And then I can hit from both sides. So that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to trap them. And they ended up just absolutely owning me here. So this is how I set up. I was like, okay, I'll trap it in. By the end of the turn, they just had a really good next turn. You can see the arrows here. Like, they got a Kaz on this guy to break the contain, and then just overflowed into that half with the ball. And my mistake was I committed this guy to here. What was it? I can't remember. Where is my goat? I made a misposition with one of my goats. Yeah, this was the misposition. This guy. Turn 4. Yeah. So the number 5, if you can see the number 5 there, it's where my it's this goat here. I moved him 1 square too far over. Like he should have been in the middle. No. Move. No. Yeah, here we go. Like I put them too far over, basically, and I got a bit crossed up. But what happened was, he just snaked the next turn. When he had the ball in scoring range, he snaked the dodge out. He went for a greed punch on my killer, and snaked it and got Kaz'd. And from then on, he just decided not to pass any rolls. Hey Super, how's it going? Nice to see you, dude. We've not quite got to your game yet, so don't worry. Just looking at my game right now. And yeah, so Ozzy just snaked here when he could have scored. And that greed cost him the match, right? Because if we take it forward, got the ball down for free, got the ball safe, and then eventually managed to get a touchdown here on my rookie Nurgle warrior for 1-0 at halftime, which is legit. Then in the second half, let's go second half. See, they've only lost 1 elf at this point, so I'm kind of worried. The kick is so deep as well. Like, look at this kick. How am I supposed to deal with such actually 5, right? I get kind of lucky, and they kind of misplay a little bit here. And you can see that like they all stay on one side of the pitch. If they'd come like further north, like taken dodges and gotten above my my line there, I could have been in real trouble. But because they're all on one side, I could just drop back the Beast of Nurgle and make a anti-leap cage, which is where the ball ended up, right? But if they managed to get an elf there where my guy had to go, and it was probably doable. It might have been like a 3+2+2+, but if they got an elf there and based the ball, I was in so much trouble. But Octo Chicken didn't see it and messed it up, so I was able to take this spot. And then from there on, it was just like desperation. They had to get the ball off me, so they were just throwing elves at it all day, every day, and they bounced off pretty easily. Beast of Nurgle Tentacles is really good in this matchup because you just have him in your anti-leap cage and they can't get away. So yeah, it's just a really strong thing there. And then eventually I just scored early and escaped with the rest of my players, and took a Beast MVP as well. So yeah, if we check dice for this, like if you look at the dice roughly, like I had better dice by far. He snaked a load of tough spots, but it wasn't like he set himself up to fail. Like he allowed the dice to be bad. So that's what happened there. Man, my voice is not as good as it's supposed to be. No dear. But yeah, that was a W for me, taking me to 5-0-0. It's all good. Next up, have I misplaced this? Never die twice. Okay, next up we got the 2-2 draw here. Rats getting really good result here. A 2-2 draw, and this is like their weakest matchup in the entire division. So yeah, really well played there. Obviously taking tons and tons of damage. But yeah, I got to like eat my words here. Like, this is how you do it as a recap. You set yourself up to get jinxed. Because apparently, the big hand gutter runner that really should have been guard, in my opinion, scored in the game. So yeah, fair enough. Big hand does work. Well played. And let's see, and then he got power fished. Fair play. So yeah, the reason you take guard on the gutter runner, and you'll find this out when you play a team that has actual strength in numbers and guard, is that even if you take guard, you can't find a 2 dice hit. So you take guard on gutter runners because you can cross field. And the reason you sack with gutter runners is because rats die anyway. They might as well die sacking the ball down. And as long as you play competently enough that they can't just perfectly screen every turn, like if they're perfectly screening you every turn, that's not a reason not to sack. It just means that you're not playing very well, right? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if they can perfect cage you on every turn of their drive, and you're a ball sacking team like Skaven, it's like you're not doing it right. Something's gone wrong. That's all I can say. You know, if it's, so yeah, they might be able to perfect screen you for like 3 turns, but they got to get past you at some point. And usually you can find a way to make the cage not perfect, and then you just sack it with wrestle strip ball, and then you win. And that's kind of how Skaven works. And that's why Skaven is currently leading the American division, because of sacking, and also natural one turning, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, some good levels either way. Bloodstep Gutter. Normally you would say sure hands, but they already have an extra arms thrower, which is actually quite a good piece. And yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. This music is a little bit loud in my ears. There we go. But yeah, well played, well played. Rat Ogre. Wait, you took a Rat Ogre? Oh my god, such a meme. I love Division 4. You get all these crazy teams out of the woodwork. Rat Ogre Ball. No Kaz, sadly. But hey, if you're gonna meme, you might as well take a Rat Ogre and go for it. And I rate it. And I mean, Wolfbark took a Rat Ogre and made like Challengers Cup, and then got really far in Challengers Cup with a Rat Ogre. So it's not necessarily bad, right? It can be useful. I'm just concerned for your new blitzers that you've just hired. Like, what are they going to do? They're not even going to blitz now, right? They're just going to stand there and get punched. You're going to have to like open on offense and like negotiate, like just hand them off the ball. You're going to have to just force scores on them to get mighty play. But yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, good result though. Well played, well played. You know, this team is kind of beat up. It's got a Rat Ogre on it. Yeah, it doesn't have any sack and gutter runners, so your entire defense is just wizard and screening. So if you roll a 1 on your wizard, you kind of can't sack the ball or like win the game. But hey, hopefully the wizards keep firing and it all goes well for you. Next up, we got Agori's Warriors versus the Lord of the Ribs. Actually, hang on, let's just check dice or not for a completely arbitrary measure of how the dice went. I know, show me anyway. Now this isn't necessarily useful, but both teams were rolling hot, so fair play. Dice were flying. Let's check this one. The Fling game. The Flings take a dub over these orcs, man. Scary. So yeah. And Makizali apparently had hot dice. I mean, apparently. They also apparently couldn't find a POW to save their life. But yeah, we got the old 3-tree Morg deal. And I think what happened here is the classic mistake that you make against 3 trees and Morg is that you give it too much respect and you give it too much ground. Like, look at how deep. I understand the setup being deep because you want to stay out of their blitz range. But the problem is Morg. Like, they'll just blitz Morg. So you're going to get hit anyway, basically. But against a normal halfling team, this is a perfectly legal, like legit setup because the trees can't reach you for a turn. And yeah, look, here comes the Morg hit. And they don't even get any, they get 2 removals off the LOS, which kind of sets the tone. But the main thing with flings is that like you want to pressure the ball as much as you can. So the problem with this deep setup is that it's like he's not getting to the ball to stop these flings. And even though it's like a bashy team, you have to try and ball sack because they're strength 2, right? They're strength 2, armor 6. You just ignore these guys as much as you can. Just set up like a minimum screen. Like look how far back they're going. You know, like your orcs, you gotta fight. So much real estate. It's no wonder the halflings got this win, even though they only had apparently 50-50 dice. I don't know how useful this program is, but it looks cool and it gives you that sweet confirmation bias that we all like to feel when we play this game. So yeah, that was good. I think we have one more game here that I've missed as I hide chat. There we go. Yeah, here we go. The last game. Nicholas versus Supra, and there was an 2 interceptions here for the Chaos team, which is, I think, almost worth a watch just on its own. Looks like there's a blitz as well here. Yeah, blitz. I haven't blitz. Where's the ball at? I don't know where the ball's at. We'll find out, I guess. Okay, ball's pretty playable. And then, what's happening here? Turn 1, ball looks like it's coming to here. And they went for it straight away. Because it looks like they found the Hypnogaze, potentially? Well, they might have just walked through with that G6, who knows? Where did the ball end? It got the ball down and out, so I don't know how the vampires didn't score here. It looks like they got 2 vamps in play. Behind the ball, which can walk away, and then we've got a vamp who can hand off to them. But yeah, got outstall. What turn was it? Super. Out of interest. Oh, by the way, is the audio okay? Like, am I too quiet? Am I too loud? Is the music too quiet? Is the music too loud? Sort of deal. Just let me know so we can like sort it soon, and then I don't have to touch it for the rest of the season. Turn. You are the blue team. Turn 4. So you got the ball, and let's see. It's kind of hard to follow this replay. I think if I just hit play. So where is the ball right now? The ball is. I can't see where the ball is on the pitch. I'll just play it. Stand up. Pushing to chain push this guy free. No, we put him into even more danger. 1 dice skull. I don't know where the ball is at this point, so I can't really comment. Has it been punted? Oh, it's here, it's on this guy. It's on this guy. Okay, they wrestle him down. The vamps are offside, and then you find a skull. Ouch. So that kind of kills the first half. It looks like orcs can't. Well, actually, the orcs get downfield with the ball. How do they not score? How on earth do these orcs not score? Look at where this ball is. Is this not just a... I want to see this. How is this 0-0? They must have... Because they have 2 turns to score this. Oh, GFI failed. But how? How did the GFI fail? They had so much time. Oh, I guess they tried to GFI instead of basing you. Oh no! Oh, it's so sad, and he knocks himself out? That's incredible. Yikes, unlucky. But yeah, messed up stalling apparently. Oh my god, you got it so close. On your offense. Trying to stall it out. I don't know, I don't think it's worth stalling. You're vampires, you're really good on defense, right? How many players were you down? Oh, okay, you were down 5 players. Alright, I understand now. I understand now wanting to stall. Yeah, what? How did that work? Oh, you tried to throw a pass and he got intercepted. Oh, feels bad, man. That's 2 deaths. Alright, I think we've seen enough of this replay. It's kind of a bit chaotic. But yeah, 2 levels for the chaos, which is really good. 2 excellent levels there. And then we got a vamp level on the guard guy at the cost of both guard thralls. Oh, that really sucks actually. Again, it seems like the week before teams are scheduled to play me, they just lose like their best pieces in my matchup. So like you've lost your 2 guard, now you can't really fight me as well. You're also going to have 5 Vamps and 6 Thralls next game, so yeah. Oh nice, okay. Legend survives. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to deal with that Legend. Agi 5 and then you got the Agi 6 pickup. Scary. Yeah, 37 blocks into 10 breaks into 6 removals on 10 breaks feels pretty good. For the Chaos Black Nightmares. But yeah, well played. I got the 0-0. Cool, let's have a look at a table. We've got myself riding high on Flawless 500. Come on guys. I'm not even, well I'm okay, but like I feel like I should have, I've gotten a bit lucky. I think all Flawless runs in Blood Bowl require a hefty bit of luck, but I'm playing well and I've got the best team in the game right now because I rolled a block on the Beast. So we're packing block Beast. I know the debate is always block or pro, but I think as a non-stunty team I'm not using them as much, so block is better than pro because block gives him utility on defensive turns that you don't get with pro, so that's why I take block here. But block first is so good because it means that like my LOS hits just got spicier. You know, he can take those, like even if you mark him out he can block you out, as opposed to before, like you know, he can work himself free a bit better now, especially if I can get a break tackle or something. But yeah, let's get level up. Block on this guy. I have 170k. I'm debating a 4th goat strongly right now. I don't think I will get it. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I think I want this guy to be level 3, sorry, and then I will get a goat. I think the 4th goat is like the cherry on top. I want to get this guy to guard before I get anything else on the team. But yeah, I'm in a really good spot right now. In 2nd place currently we've got Noobster, following it up on 10. I've got a 5-point gap to work with, which is really good. And let's see, they did get sure hands, which is very sensible here. 1400, and still, yeah, just positional slowly ticking along, getting some decent SPP here. It looks like they haven't hired nobody new. Strength 4 zombie just ticking along, Strength 4 zombie vibes, I love it. Yeah, the goats are still both rookies. Not the goats, the wolves. Obviously this guy dying, really sad. Yeah, I know the feeling. Grolin's just not playing. New wolf in. The Barbarine returned. Hopefully, you know, fishing. Hopefully skips some more mighty blow, but yeah, I mean the wolves are quite easy to score on. I'm sure you can bounce back. The main problem is that like 1400 in Div 4 can feel a bit bad when you're working up against like my Nurgle or the vampires, you know. It's just like it can feel a little bit unfair, but that's what Blood Bowl is. So you can get some nice induced guard probably, and induced DP and chainy, which is fun, and wizards. So you can do a lot with your inducements here. It is just a little bit better. I think just getting that like one final like MVP just to get going. Yeah, I know. It's not gonna be. They're not gonna be the best games for you for sure. Just hopefully you can like leverage something. But hey, you got a regen, right? So in theory you take less damage than a non-regen team. So it could be worse, I guess. Is what I'm trying to say. Third place, we have the Flings. And they finally got a level on a tree for grab. Oh my god, they have a DP. Okay, we lose. They have a dirty player. This is better than a stat up. Like Agi 4 maybe is better, but this is. I might bounty this piece just for peace of mind. Like this is vile. Flings do not have any access to DP apart from devils, but they have found it. So if we can kill this Fling, they're going to be really sad. The catch guy gets to sprint. Interesting, they keep him. I guess he just really likes the he's mathed it out and decided that the extra team value was worth the improved one-turn touchdown play. Especially with trees. Trees throw quite well, so I can understand building it. Like you wouldn't see a goblin team or an ogre team build a one-turner like this, because the big guys just don't throw very well, but the trees have inbuilt strong arm. So it's not a bad throwing team. But yeah, up to 800 now. But that means nothing. Everyone else is really quite developed. But yeah, huge. Let's check the history here. 3, 2, and 1 flings. This is a really good run. We'll just pan quickly to Stunty as I move off our division real quick. 4H, main, Stunty. Let's check it. We got a 5-0-0 fling team from REBBL Llama, which is obnoxious. They're just seal clubbing down in Div 5 with flings, but eventually they will lose games, and I think Halflings are in a really strong position. Dalric having to be in Div 1 is really hurting him, and Kiander's having a bad season so far. Normally you expect Kiander to be higher. He's a bit of a goblin legend, but he's not had the best start. But he is a consistent player, like he will pick up points. Where's Moradam? Moradam's not playing well either, 1-0-1-3. So yeah, this could be the season for Mr. Agorki, but REBBL Llama needs to lose. It's out of Agorki's hands right now. Just all he can do is keep winning. And eventually Llama might slip up. But yeah, really good showing from the Stunty there. So that rounds out our top 3 currently in the postseason places. As you can see, from 2nd down to 9th, it's a 2-game gap. Right, like Pyro, Bets, Sali and Bloodsplatter need to turn around real quick here to get back into contention, but everyone else is in the game. So good luck to that. We've got Vamps. Any Vamp developments here? Lots of death, no rehires sadly. We've got Stand Firm. That's a really good pickup. I rate that so highly. A lot of people say you should take DT, but having a Stand Firm, it's just useful for anti-one turning situations. It's useful for a lot of things, so that's a really good level. I like it. But yeah, got Dodge Vamp, chilling out. But the main problem they're going to have is 5 Vamps. They're going to have 6 Thralls in total. They're in spiraling expenses, so it's going to be a battle to rehire. I would not be surprised if next game, if they still have money to rehire a Thrall. But who knows, maybe I'll have killed a couple of Vamps and cut this team down to size. Look at this. They've earned 3.5 million over the years. This is a well-played team. We've got 1 million fans. This is one of the oldest teams at the moment. A serious outfit that you got to watch out for. Next up, we got Potoso's Necro. Got a brand new Necro. Wait, here we are. This is the fling team. I can cut this. Yeah, here we are. So this is what Noobster wants his team to be, but isn't. Is the best way I can put it at the moment. The main problem is they don't have a Ghoul at the moment. It died last game, but that just is an excuse to carry on the flesh column and level them up. So dangerous times. So yeah, let's take some stats here. Inflicted 750, so they're ahead in blocks overall. Yeah, Harkirk is a nasty boy. I don't think they've taken their level up yet, so we'll find out what they take next time. But the main thing with this team is they are a little bit bloated. They got both their DPs have leveled to wrestle, so they're a little bit bloated. And then again, you do have a strength 4 zombie, so that is also in its own way kind of bloated. But it is also a discount column in the works, so good luck with that. But yeah, this is the team. It's looking pretty sharp, especially with the Chainian Wizard. This is a team that will take games off people quite easily. Doso knows what they're doing. Next up, we've got Hoglass, the Undead, who kind of wish they were higher up on the table because this is about as good as it gets. Level not taken. I assume this is going to be, yeah, 3 golem lineup is legit because it means you don't have to worry. You just put them all on the LOS for 1 turns and stuff. So yeah, I like it. I like it. Do you take block or stand firm first on that guy? I think I would take block first, but if you want to really embrace the 3 golem, I guess you'd have to take stand firm before block on that zombie. But yeah, we've got 4 guard, and the team is kind of static, but it doesn't need to change. This is as good as it gets. So hopefully Donikar can start turning these draws into wins. And is it Donikar? I guess it's Dunikar. Yeah, Dunikar, I think is the name. But man, this team, I wish I had this team as an undead coach. If I had to build an undead team, aside from maybe a guard, a switch of guard and mighty blow, so like this guy gets guard on a double and then I get a killer white. Like that's all you need for this team. and it's there, it's fixed, it's perfect. Next up we've got Otto, who has a really good team but is not finding the results so far, and it is starting to get a bit beat up. We've got Niggle Tree, although he has played the Nurgle now, so this tree is quite safe. There's no Chorfs here. A couple of Necro, but there is Dauntless. I think if the Necro try and fight the tree, that's a win for the Woodies. But yeah, we've got a strong core of 5 positionals. Everything else is an optional extra. At this point, this guy's going to get fired and replaced, I imagine, at some point. But they are up into spiraling expenses, sadly. Yeah, this is a solid Wood Elf team. Scary stuff. They should be getting better results, and they probably will do as the course of the season goes on. They can't always roll critical snakes. Speaking of critical snakes, oh, he's too far away, but Nicholas here. The big chaos team. This is the only other threat to anyone here. But yeah, we got the claw coming online here. Finally, the chaos core. You know, the warriors are all looking good now. This is a dangerous team to face all of a sudden. 3 claw, 4 guard. They got lots of extra arm. Got a good ball carrier again, as usual. There's no killer goat, which is always going to be a problem for this team, but who knows? They are at 1950, so you will be able to induce against this, and they have no tackles, so elves should thrash these guys. But hey, it's good at what it does, which is kill. Moving down the table now. Alathay did get the bye week this week. That's not quite been processed, so these MNGs are going to clear. But yeah, this is a strong Dark Elf team. Hopefully they can find some mid-season form. Yeah, going really well. Lots of blodge. You love to see the blodge here. It just makes them better Amazons, right? And that's what you want. Because you just line up with blodge, they can't all have tackle, and eventually they will not find pals, and then you just hold them. It's really good, especially if you can find some stand firm on doubles. Serious pieces. Carrying through the elves. Yeah, man. 2 to 3 incepts. He's a demon. Nicholas is an absolute demon. You gotta be careful. He's pulling off some big plays. You gotta step away. But yeah, moving on, Pyro. He's not had a great time of it. In spite of his pieces, he just can't find the dice, and sometimes the plays, I guess, to find the scores here. We go matches. It's it's not underwater, but it's close. 38% win rate when you have movement 10 and 2 ag 5s. You got to start VOD reviewing, I think, and probably checking dice logs and stuff, trying to figure out how much of this is dice and how much of this is me, because this is a team that if you gave it to a toast guy or a superfed would probably, or let's say what's his name? T-Self. You know, this team would be flawless in the hands of a top tier coach, so got all the tools, just gotta use them, I guess. I can't really talk, right? I played high elves, I rolled all the setups and I couldn't even get into challenges, so I'm just antagonizing people in the recaps as is my job as a recapper, to stir things up. Yeah, Pyro's going to be hoping for some better games coming forward. And yeah. Both blitzers are in. Thrower is ready to level. Yeah, it's just a case of getting the W's now. Team's there. Now we move into the bottom half now. These guys are just in rebuild, I think, mostly. We've got the Adult Devils, who probably a bit burnt by that 2-2 draw. Probably felt like that team was a win for them, but it is what it is. Any new hires? Yes, they've hired back a blitzer, so they're slowly rebuilding the blitzer core after it got savaged earlier in the season. But yeah, Ogre currently not fighting back, but it's all on the hands of if you have a killer blitzer and an ag 4 thrower with humans, you know, you can always find some plays. Yeah, safe throw ag 6. I think pass is probably just better. But yeah, maybe safe throw on ramps because you're slow, you can't get out of intercept range, so potentially. Hang on, I'm going to pan back to that legend. What's he got? So, ag 6, Blodge Step. Oh, I don't know, I might take Sure Hands as a legend skill, because then you can literally just walk in and pick up any ball. That's his strength, right? He's just ag 6. So he just walks into anything and picks up a ball. So I might go Sure Hands just to make that even more reliable. That might be what I would take. But yeah, movement 5 kind of sucks. Movement 5 makes sure hands seem okay, but like, you want to make sure your defense is exceptional, really. Like, you want to be able to play reverse T1. But yeah. Just checking there. Right. Where was I? Human team. Do I still have them up? I do. How much in the bank? 60k saving for that 4th blitzer, and yeah, just a rebuild job. Got a bit of guard on the side. Hopefully Betts can survive and get back to where he was. And next up we have the Orcs, who are really basement dwelling, which is odd when you consider the Black Orcs that they have. Feels like this team should be up and at them, you know. So you got to start looking at VOD reviews, you know. Start thinking, how can I get a little better? How can I make the games closer? Because currently they are 1-0-4 in a Division 4, so that implies that, you know, there's things you can do to improve if you're bottom of a Division 4. So yeah, hopefully you can get good with that. And we got the piling on killer, we got the multiplayer killer. I don't think there's too much change here. MNG, Goblin MNG, still no troll. Still no troll. I think a troll would just round this, like, imagine he feels the troll. Yeah, you already have a strength 5. You have 2 strength 5. Well guarded. You know, that would be an impossible, like, a lot of teams would struggle. Chaos and Nurgle wouldn't be able to fight that because they don't have the guard, they don't have the strength to fight troll strength 5 Black Orc. So I would strongly consider it. If only just for the Goblin 1 turn. I say this every week, but I'm going to keep saying it. Eventually, maybe they'll listen. Who knows? But yeah, we got, finally, bottom of the table, we got Ratus Miserables, led by the one and only Bloodsplatter. And yeah, no level taken, so I can't comment on it. It's weird because they've gone 3 block. Like, this is so not standard at all. Most gaming coaches, especially if you have a thrower, you have to go 1 block 3 wrestle, I think, all of the time. 3 block is just no. I think there's an interesting way. It's like, I think Ratic was sacked. Were they induced? They might have been induced. Inducing Ratic is bold, but fair play. I think it's just a fundamental difference of how you play the team compared to how a lot of other people play the team. In that you have, when people take a Skaven thrower, that's one of their block gutters turned into a thrower, which is why normally it's bad, but because you've rolled extra arms, it's actually quite good. So what you do here is you just take block, dodge. Yeah, I wouldn't say standing off has a negative. It has a couple of negative connotations. You're just getting into it, you know. It's Div 4, like. Yeah, I know. I don't get that vibe either, Shinchi. The idea, if you're watching this back, plus is you're Agi 4 movement 9. Scoring touchdowns is the easiest thing ever if you can get them the ball. So getting a Gusser runner to wrestle strip ball, for example, it should be doable, right? And if you can't score with Agi 4 movement 9, like, the problem's not with the Agi 4 movement 9 piece, you know. Yeah, it was great standing up. I loved it. I love the vibes, you know. It's nice to have a division where people are getting active, getting out there. It's what makes the game fun, you know. The stuff happening off the table is half of what REBBL is, so it's nice to see people getting involved. But yeah, finally brought back a blitzer, which is excellent. Hopefully they can score on this guy. Yeah, no, I love it as well. It's so good. It's the upside of my name is that, like, I can get flamed really easily. It's nice. Like, people don't have to get. It's a good shield as well, because, like, nobody's going to go out of their way to be really, really mean to me, because the low-hanging fruit is right there. Just turn those 2 letters around and you've got an insult. So it's all good. But yeah, it's strong. So yeah, I'd probably sack someone here. No, maybe not. But yeah, just look up Crystal Hunter. Hold on, I can do this right here, right now. Skaven. Boom. We're right here. Now this, you know, oh, that's an ad. But yeah, just, you know, you take 3 wrestle with a thrower. It's just the orthodox. It's okay to play away from that, but you're going to have to accept that you're going to be at the bottom of the table. if you're going to run Skaven like this, unless you keep making big time plays, you know, and there could always be more big time plays from Mr. Pickles, just proving me wrong week after week. But yeah, it is my job as a recapper to like jinx myself and make outlandish calls, but yeah, anyway. That rounds off the table as it stands, so let's look at some predictions to close off here this recap. Right, we got Noobster versus Mr. Gorky. Now this is a scary one for Noobster here, because this halfling team is on a tear. Claw's kind of counterfeit. I don't know how it could go. I'm going to predict halflings here, because this is a deep root game. You're going to get deep rooted. It's not quite deep root morgue, but like, they have DP. You could be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, you're playing really well, Supra. Undefeated is always really good. Yeah, every LOS hit for the Flings is 2 removals. Yeah, they're running hot. But I think they're running hot, but they're also giving themselves every opportunity to run hot. That's what Stunty... I can kind of talk about this because I am a Stunty Cup winner. But like, the big point of Stunties is that when they go off huge. So the entirety of your game is trying to get them to go off. Like, negotiating the board so that there's every chance that you do just pop off and get like 4 or 5 removals in 3 turns. And Mr. Gorky, I think, is actually a really good coach, so I think a draw. I think with movement 8, the trick will have to be just get the wolves downfield, get the white downfield, set the zombies up in front of the trees, jockeying, and then just fight the Flings and win against the Flings. It's going to be difficult, but I think you might be able to get at least a draw out of that. But yeah, tough matchup here for the Necro because you don't have much tackle. You have no tackle. Yeah, this could be a disaster for you. The draw is a good result, I think. There, just put them in. Just attack first if you can. Don't let them attack, and just get 1 touchdown on the board, and it's all good. Yeah, Frenzy's pointless tackle. You'll be fine. I believe. So yeah, I think I will back the Flings, but I wouldn't be surprised either way. Next up we got Bloodsplatter going up against Alethea. Rats versus Dark Elves, Rats with Wizard. It's Rats with Wizard, so like the problem with his team being so low TV is that he's never going to get punished for his Skaven, for his Gutter Runner levels, because he's just going to always get a Wizard. And so as long as he doesn't roll a 1 on the bowl, it's like perfect. But it will be Wizard game probably against these Dark Elves, and I think I got to give this one to the Skaven, because with a Wizard this team is scary because he got 2 retrieval. So yeah, I think this is a Skaven win with a Wizard. If they don't induce a Wizard, Dark Elf win. If they do induce a Wizard, Skaven win. That's my call for this one. Alethea does have a lot of blodge, and there's no tackle on the Skaven team because they don't have any sacking pieces. So the Elves will hopefully try and dominate the pitch. Well, I say hopefully, that implies bias. I think the Dark Elves will try to dominate the pitch with the blodge, and the Skaven coach is probably going to find it difficult because, yeah, but with a Wizard, this will win, I think. If you can just time the Wizard well, get the ball down, get the ball out, easy game. Next up, I'm playing Supra. Supra, what do you reckon here, man? It's 2 heavyweight teams. I don't know how I'm supposed to defend again, how to attack. Like, the worst case scenario for me is Supra puts me into attack and then just lands a couple of Hypno Gazes and walks at me with Agi 5, and there's not much I can do. Because the vampires kind of counter the beasts and Nurgle, they're all strength 4. Like, look at this, they have 6 strength 4. Yeah, but the downside of course is there's no Thralls, so if I can just kill Thralls, it's great. The downside is that I think you have a chance because I don't have any piling on. So like, the Thralls could just find some armor and survive a few turns, and then you can turn me over. I think I'm going to predict a draw. I think this is going to be a 1-1. I think we're both just going to get... I think I'm going to remove you and counter score you, but not before you sack the ball and score at least once on me. I think it's going to be 1-1. That's my call for this game, a 1-1 draw. But yeah, this is a top of the table kind of deal here. Supra with a win goes into 2nd place. This is the thing, I can afford a loss. I've given myself a buffer zone, but I want to save the buffer for when I have to lose to the halflings, which is definitely going to happen. Like, I can feel myself losing to those flings, so yeah, need the buffer for that. Next up we got Undead versus Chaos, and this is kind of where Nikias Donikar comes to die against a big time Chaos team. How do you guys think this one's going to go? I think it's going to be a Undead win, to be honest. They outguard, no, they don't outguard, sorry. Oh, it's tough. It depends. It all depends on how I can tell you how this is going to go. Mechalus is just going to open blitz with a Mino, and if that open blitz knocks out a Mummy, Chaos probably win. If it doesn't, Undead probably win. Yeah, Sextus could pop off. That's true. Sextus could really pop off here. If we check this Chaos team, they're really player light. I said that. They have one bench, but there's Niggles to go after here. So yeah, I think this might be a Sextus show, potentially. They're going to get bribes, so Undead attack with bribes. Easy to see them winning. So yeah, that's the call. We're calling Sextus. I appreciate that. I think it's just because everyone hates Chaos. Pyro finally gets a bye so they can have a week off. They've taken some rough dice recently so they can get away from the game a little bit. Next up we've got Portoso versus the bottom of the table Orcs. I think I've got to give this one to Portoso based on the form book. If we pan back to the table, this is 5th versus 12th. And Necro with Claw Mighty Blow against Orcs should do enough. Yeah, they'll do enough. So I think I'm going to back my guy Portoso here. 100%. Next and finally we have an interesting matchup here. We got Humans versus Woodies. Humans with Wizard going into Wood Elves, and it might be a real struggle here for the Wood Elves because the Humans match the pace and are just a little bit stronger. They do have Tackle Palm on the Humans. They have more than one. They have 2 Tackle. So they can potentially lock up here. And the Woodies are kind of bashed up. Like, if the killer finds the targets, it could be difficult for Octo here. I don't know. I think I am going to predict the Wood Elves, just because they have 2 Strip Ball and they have well, actually, hang on. Check the human team. They do have a Sure Hands. I think Tackle will do enough here because the Sure Hands does not have block. This is a big deal. Gorgon doesn't have block. So the Sackers are going to get in and they're going to do work. I think I'm going to predict Wood Elves. I think I've talked myself into it. So yeah, that's it for the recap. I'm kind of happy with the pace I'm going here. I like that they're kind of quick. I think it's easy to get bogged down into needless chat about boring Blood Bowl stuff. But yeah, this is how the table's looking. Try and stop me, guys, because I'm not going to make it easy for you. Someone's going to have to step up here, otherwise I'm going to go 13-0-0 and just dominate the game. I'd be happy with that, but I imagine you guys won't be, so get at me, I suppose, and hopefully the Flings win. I want the Flings to come second to me. I want me first, Flings second, Vamps third. That would be the ideal table in my eyes, so let's see if we can't make that happen. But yeah, I'll catch you guys, I don't know, I was about to say I'll catch you this time next week, but I can't promise anything. I think I'll just do the same thing, like Wednesday evenings, roughly. I'll be around. My internet's kind of stable now, so might be able to get some stuff done. Yeah, I do need to lose, but I'm not about to throw. I need to get my Nurgle Warrior touchdown so he gets a guard. So yeah, we'll see. Well, the thing is, Super, if I just beat everyone, then it's fine, right? You just need to get more points off the rest of them. Yeah, a true noobster, you did draw me once. You can do it again. I'm definitely not untouchable. But this time, I think I've got a lot more... I'm a lot better now, noobster, though. I've got a few more levels in the bank than last time we played. Last time we played, I was still quite new. You know, it's just 4 block Nurgle Warriors and a Claw Mighty Blow Goat. But you definitely can do it again. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys.